Tiara. I have a channel called Kalana Curls, and if you are new to my channel, well, thank you so much for tuning in. But I'm here with Vivian.
Yay! So this is my first in-person collab. Well, what about you? Is it your?
Yeah, the other collab I did, she lived in, I think she lives in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we met on Instagram, and she was like, we should just do like a hairstyle collab. So this is my first like in person, which is cool because
I know
most people who do live here, they don't really talk to each other.
No, they don't. Child, that's another video. But the first time I met Tiara, I believe you had reached out to a natural hair group here in Phoenix, and you wanted to interview ladies in the Valley about their natural hair care. Mm-hmm. And at the time, she was thinking about going natural, I think it was.
I was actually in the middle of my transition. So,
okay.
So I knew I was going to go natural, but I hadn't decided on when I was going to chop. I told myself 2 years, and that's what I ended up doing. And it was, I don't know. I was at that table surrounded by all these people with beautiful hair. Mm-hmm. Your hair especially was just like the epitome of how you have the perfect twist out. And I'm just sitting there like, oh man, I wish I was there.
I know your hair was like, I think you had straightened your hair. Or
it was in a bun.
In a bun.
It was like super dirty, and I was like, well, this isn't about me. So no, I was a mess that day.
I didn't say it, you did. But no, I thought you looked good. I thought you looked fine. But we're going to be discussing a couple of things. The first being the difference, or I guess I should say the pros and cons between transitioning versus big chopping. Discussing basically our perspectives because I shaved my head, which is a die-hard big chop, and it's something that a lot of naturals won't do or won't even consider doing, whereas allowing your hair to grow out or even slowly chopping your hair off. And I think the biggest worry for a lot of naturals is that they are concerned about length and when am I going to get my hair long, and I'm going to lose that hair I just cut off, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about that, clearly, since I shaved my head, because I was thinking of the future. My hair is going to be great eventually, and it paid off.
Oh, but yes. I think that's an understatement. Your hair is great.
But you know, last night I was just talking to my man. I said, if I hadn't cut off my hair, I would have been waist length by now. I mean, if you think about it, if I hadn't, because this is only about 5.5 years of growth. Mm-hmm. If I hadn't cut it off, I would be close to waist length, but it is what it is. I have no regrets. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you transitioning and, you know, any ups and downs of that or anything that you regret in that process?
Okay, well, transitioning kind of started by accident, actually. I relaxed my hair for as long as I could remember. And when I decided I was going to go on like a healthy hair journey, it was right around February. And I had gotten engaged, and I was like, okay, I know how I want to do my hair for my wedding. So mm-hmm. I knew I wasn't just going to cut it all off because I didn't know what to do with short hair. Mm-hmm. So it started as a healthy, relaxed journey. And then my last relaxer was that same year. It was November. And I was like, well, I moved away, and I don't know how to relax my own hair. I tried that. That didn't work.
Really?
I tried relaxing my own hair.
So your hair was pretty long while you were relaxed, right?
I don't think so. It came like right here.
Okay.
Like it just didn't seem to grow past here. It would just break off. That's
so now, isn't that funny? Now that you have natural hair, your hair seems to grow faster. Is this the longest your hair has ever been?
No, when I was a kid, I could probably say it was down to my elbows.
Oh, okay.
But this is the longest it's been in years.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's pretty long. And so it started as a healthy, relaxed journey, and then it turned into I'm going to stretch my relaxers like 6 months because my dad relaxed my hair and I moved away and I didn't want to have to drive every 8 weeks. And then about 6 months into it, I was like, no, this is a transition because I'm kind of over the relaxers, and I loved the volume that was coming in, and it was just stronger.
Yeah.
My relaxed hair broke constantly, so it was just, it turned into a transition.
Okay.
And then I liked the length that I had, and I was afraid of losing that, so I was like, well, it's true, 2 years. And I did still like trim it every once in a while. And I envy those people like you who big chopped and just like shaved it all off and like started from square one. But I was a chicken, and I liked the length, and it wasn't even that long, which is ridiculous.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, the same reasons that you brought up with the reasons why I didn't want to transition. I didn't want to go through that awkward phase of your new growth coming in, and you have straight hair at the end. And then the hairstyles, I was going in. I work from home, by the way. Now I do, but at that time, I was going in the office, and my desk was a receptionist desk.
Oh.
So I was not about to have everyone question me. They were already asking me about my hair anyway, and so I didn't want to deal with that. I just was like, forget it. Let me just shave off my hair and deal with the consequences later on. But I see so many women who are going through the transitional phase, and they have that icky period, and then some of them they just stop and they perm their hair, and I just did not want to be that person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have no regrets.
So okay, I never had the stages of the TWA and then the awkward stage and the more awkward stage. Like, it was just, I knew what to expect with the length of my hair, and then it's grown from there. I've had to learn as it's gotten longer what to do with the different types of shrinkage I have. But okay, what would you say is your favorite stage of hair? Like, was the TWA easier or harder?
It was easier, the TWAs, because I would literally wash my hair, put gel in it, and I would shingle, and that was it for like 7 days. I couldn't have my hair. Now I have to wash, detangle, deep condition. I mean, I was deep conditioning then, but it makes a big difference once you get length. And I have density, thickness, and
I'm so jealous.
The density came, and I want to talk a little bit more about that too, whether or not you've noticed any changes with your hair. And speaking to other naturals who have been along their journey around the 3 or 4 year mark, I don't know what changes, but with a couple of us, we noticed that our hair starts to get matted, but I think that's because the hair is just getting longer. So I started experiencing matted hair around 3 or 4 years, and now I can no longer detangle with a comb and be it. I have to finger detangle, then further detangle with a comb. But I would honestly say, of course, TWA, absolutely love it. But I honestly love my hair. Right now it's shoulder length. It's about bra length straightened. Wait, it's bra length straightened. But I loved my hair when it was around chin length. I love it because I have a unique shape, and it grows in this shape. So I loved it when it was chin length.
So it grows in this shape?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah, it grows, and I think it's because I have different textures. Like most of us do. But
I feel like everyone has different textures. Okay, so my favorite was probably right after I had chopped it, and I got my diva cut, of course, which she'd give me the perfect shape. And as it continued to grow, I learned that I had different curl patterns. I feel like the texture's all the same. I have very fine strands, and I've always had the matting, tangling problem, but that's because my strands are so fine. They just they love to touch each other. Especially back here, like wash day is gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, I can already tell because this wash and go is so old.
And this is a wash and go.
Yeah, this is a wash and go. It's because my hair is fine. I don't use a whole lot of products. So this is like
it'll weigh it down.
Yeah, it's like a smoothie and eco styler. And that's it. And of course, I've refreshed certain fuzzy parts, but I actually don't mind the frizz because it's so fine. Like if I were to just if I had washed my hair before I came, it would have been so flat and like lifeless. Like I have to fluff it, and then it makes it fuzzy. But then I'm like, yes, now I look like all the other girls who got dense hair. So, but to answer your question about have I experienced changes? Yeah. When I was relaxed, I thought I had thin hair. Like I just thought it was, like I had bald patches. And it was really my scalp was not healthy. And so my follicles, I guess, just weren't growing in as strong as they could be. I still think I have fine hair, but I don't think it's thin. I think it's like a normal density. Okay.
Looking at it now, I think it's a normal density. I think it's actually a little thick unless you got something in there.
No, there's lots of tangles.
Yeah. No, I don't think when I look at you, I don't view you as having thin hair. You have fine
very
strands.
Fine strands.
Yeah. But you don't have thin hair in my opinion.
And that is one thing I discovered going natural. It's like, it's not thin. Yeah. It's just fine. Right. Still, when I straighten it, it's flat.
Yeah.
I hate that look now. But it's healthier, it's thicker. I feel like it's fuller as opposed to looking thin. So, and then you mentioned the whole different textures, different curl patterns. Yeah. I have probably 3 or 4 different curl patterns.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. Right here in the crown, it's probably 4A. and that's where I put the most gel, and I keep the gel cast because otherwise it shrinks up a lot.
Look, I'm all looking at it.
Back here, it's the tightest curls along right here. So the curls here and the curls in the crown, they're about 4A. The curls in the back, I want to say 3C. These curls, I actually try to make them shrink, so I'll use a Denman brush on the curls in the back, and then the rest of them, they're probably like, I call it 3D because it's not 4A, but it's not 3C. Right. And then right here, it's like a wave. So if I put way too much,
it is a wave.
If I put too heavy product, it looks straight.
It looks straight, yeah.
Always. And it's like just this little spot right here. So
the hair right here looks like when a baby is first born and you can wave their hair and it's straight sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's,
I can take a blow dryer with a brush and then just blow dryer and it'll be straight.
It'll be straight.
I don't even have to use a blow
dryer.
But it's been that for as long as I can remember. And I asked my mom, I was like, was my hair this janky?
That's a nice word, janky.
She's like, yeah, top of your head, didn't know what to do with it. It was just, and she thought it was coarse. It's not coarse.
No, it's not.
Just the curls are just tighter. So when I blow dry it, it feels coarse, but then of course the rest of the hair will just look straight and limp. So now when I blow dry it, it's like a triangle. I miss the round shape, but
oh my god, speaking of hair textures, I have two hair textures. I have 4B and I have 4C. All back there is just a dense forest. But for the longest, some of my subscribers would be like, "You're not a 4C. You look like a 4A." I'm like 4A, a bit of a 4B. But in my opinion, there's no two 4Bs, especially if you have multiple textures. Like since you have 3 or 4 textures, you're not gonna look like a solid 3C or a solid 3A. You know what I mean?
It's not gonna look the same.
It's not gonna look the same.
Even if both of us had 4B hair, because your hair is super dense and my hair is super fine,
right?
It's not gonna look the same. Yeah, it's not gonna act the same. Nope. I don't know. And I don't really like the hair typing system.
I don't like the hair
anyway.
typing.
Like I prefer to tell people, oh, my strands are fine. I have normal density hair. It's this length and it's normal to low porosity.
Exactly.
Like that I feel like is more important than what your curl pattern is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's just be honest. There are people who never knew their hair textures and they were still able to grow their hair. I didn't know mine until year 4.
Yeah, and even then, like, did it help you that much knowing the curl class?
What really helped me is knowing that I have dense hair and my porosity. That's what really helped me. We're going to discuss a little bit about our feelings when it came to cutting our hair. I know for me, since I shaved my head, and I know that's a bit drastic, but I'm going to tell you what, I felt like almost invisible shackles were released from me. It was this huge relief to your point, and I felt like I was a new person, and it was just an amazing feeling to just cut my hair off and not have to deal with that and just to move forward with my new hair. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit older than you, and I had relaxed hair since I was 7. Oh. So we're talking about we're talking about 23 years that I did not know what my hair looked like. So to get back to that and to cut my hair, it was awesome. It was a great feeling for me.
It was exciting for me. I mean, and then there was like a culture shock where I didn't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Because I was a pro at transitioning. I'd been doing it for 2 years. I knew.
You transitioned for 2 years? You just said that.
Yeah, 2 years. I was a pro at that. I knew, you could comb through the natural hair like a breeze. Line of demarcation, you gotta be really ginger, and then you get to the relaxed ends.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of wash day, I might have chopped up like a half an inch or something. But then I chopped it all off, and then it all behaved differently. Certain products that I used to use didn't work.
Absolutely.
But I remember looking in the mirror, it was all undefined and big and poofy. And I probably had this look on my face like, what did I do? I was actually thinking, wow, I'm finally done. Because I hate the detangling process, and I actually was just dying to do a wash and go because I could see curls.
You can see curls. Isn't it exciting when you cut it off and you can see the curls? Like, oh my god, let me get some gel.
I took a Denman brush and I would sit there and watch the curls. Bounce up. I was like, do you see? I would tell my husband, do you see this? Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. And he was like, it's just hair.
It's just hair. I was like, no, it's not.
I was like, watch one more time. I'd brush it. Look at that.
No, I had that same exact feeling. This is going to be really embarrassing. I would wear wigs. I was wearing wigs. I was bald headed. So I wore wigs for about 2 years. The other people of color in my office, I would bring them over to the side row and I would lift up my wig, like, look at my hair. They're like, oh my God. They were excited with me, my girlfriends at work. They're like, look at your hair. And then they would bring other people in, look at her hair up underneath her wig.
So why'd you wear the wig then?
Because I literally had that much of hair and I still didn't know what I was doing. But now if I could go back, the information, what I know now, I would absolutely ditch the wigs. I mean, around 3 or 4 months, I would ditch it. But I would say around 6 months, I stopped wearing the wigs. And people were like, oh.
Did you cut it? Yeah, girl, I just cut it.
And I would wear these huge flowers in my hair. But I had so much fun with my hair. I really did.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a second big chop. You will see that. I don't know why. Do what you want. I mean, everyone's, entitled to do.
I can see people doing a shape up. I was going to do that, but my goal right now is just length to see if I could get it to a certain number.
So do you have a goal length or are you just...
Well, in a perfect world, if I could pick my length while it's curly and shrunken, I would like it like right here.
Okay.
Just like, that's a lot of hair.
That is a lot of hair.
Because shrinkage just makes it like, oh, I'm never gonna get there.
Yeah.
I look at my hair and I feel like it has looked like this for 2 years.
I feel like that too. I feel like my hair has been at this point for 2 years, but then I'll get people coming and say, oh, your hair is brown. I'm like, lies. All lies.
Right? Well, shrinkage is lying because it still looks the same. But then I'll take a curl and I'll pull it and be like, oh.
Yeah. So, you speak of goal length, and at first I was just like, I just want healthy hair. That was my main focus for going natural, was healthy hair. I just want health. I don't care about the length. And I honestly did not think my hair would get this long. But now that it's this long, I'm like you. I want my hair about here, around here, curly. That's, if I could get that length, I'm good.
Perfect.
Good.
Boob length. Yeah.
Yeah, boob length. Exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I retain my length. I mean, that's my biggest thing. Have you ever gone somewhere where there's humid as opposed to your hair here? Have you ever?
The last time I was in humidity, I was in Georgia. My brother graduated from the Army boot camp, and it was the middle of July.
Oh.
And I was still relaxed then, but I knew like even though I was relaxed and it was bone straight, when it was wet, it was like this wavy thing, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna like take advantage of that and wear wash and go as relaxed. And it did. It got wavy, but I had so much mousse, and that's embarrassing to admit. I used mousse.
You see my face? I'm sorry.
Oh, I see those pictures, and I thought it was so cute, but I used mousse one, and it was super humid. So yeah, it looked kind of like a wash and go, but it was like noodles. Like you could touch it, and it was like crunchy.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the only experience I've had with humidity, because I grew up in Tucson on the Air Force Base.
I didn't know that.
So it's just, I've always dealt with it being dry and hard water. Like that's just
the hard water.
Yeah.
And it is really bad here in this house. So we are going to, I have a filter coming in like in 3 or 4 more days. And we're going to invest in a water softener because my hair has been puffing up. It is horrible. I can't deal with it. I don't see how people deal with it. So
it's I don't know how I deal with it, because it's always been that way. And with fine hair, like if it's dry, it'll just break off. So I don't know. I think with me, I spray it almost every other day with water, because I normally wear wash and go, and so I just refresh it with a spray bottle of water. I used to do like aloe vera juice and other things. I just got lazy, so now it's just water.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna do the Kim 2 recipe. I'm like, girl, please. I don't have time for
that. I'm like, yeah, that was nice for a while.
Some water and Jane Carter solution and call it a day.
Just water.
That's funny.
No, with the hard water, I think it's just making sure I keep it refreshed, and then I use shampoo. I'm one of those naturals who will shampoo.
You use shampoo with sulfates?
Well, only if I need to clarify.
Okay.
Even then, the clarifying shampoo I use is Paul Mitchell. I don't even think it has sulfates in it.
Okay.
But when I shampoo every week, it's sulfate free. Because I gotta get the buildup out.
Right, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that, Because
if I just co-wash for a month, my scalp will be like,
oh my gosh, no. So how often are you washing then?
I try to do once a week.
We're not going to talk about this.
Sorry. Hope you guys can't see what's going on. But I try to wash it once a week, and that's with a sulfate-free shampoo.
Okay.
And then once a month, if I feel like I need it, I'll use a clarifying shampoo.
Okay. So every now and then, I'm hearing stylists who say, I'm like, who has time for this? So to piggyback off of her, excuse me, I co-wash and I I co-wash weekly and I cleanse every 2 weeks. However, I'm considering bumping it up to every 3 weeks, washing every 3 weeks. So I don't have any issues right now. But I've heard stylists who say that women with natural hair, naturally curly hair, we should be washing our hair more often, like every 2 days.
No one's got time for that.
Like seriously, I've heard several hairstylists, and these are people who have, extensial knowledge with hair care, and to their point, they're saying that the more you wash your hair, the more that you the more that you cleanse your hair texture, that your curls will be loving you afterwards. I'm like, no, they won't.
No, my curls love me when I give them moisture, but that doesn't mean washing it.
Exactly.
Because I think my scalp is still recovering from relaxing it. That's why I shampoo with the sulfate-free once a week. And then if I want my style to last, I'll co-wash in the middle of the week. But that's really just, I'll rinse it and use conditioner to detangle it.
Okay.
But for me, it's mainly a scalp issue. I have to cleanse my scalp once a week, otherwise there's so much buildup that I just want to scratch it.
Oh wow.
How do you keep it interesting then for your channel? Because you say you wear it in twists all the time. How do you just keep it interesting for your content?
So when it comes to my channel, I think it's kind of morphed because I've started doing vlogging a little bit, but I find that using new products, using new products, and sometimes playing with or toying with different type of hairstyles. So I have a hairstyle coming up, or I have an idea coming up, how to do a 2-strand twist with only conditioner. Let's say you don't have any styling product. Can you achieve a 2-strand twist out with only conditioner? So I'm gonna try and see that I happen.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to, that's what I try to do, because like I said, I've done everything. I have over 300 videos, and a lot of it does become redundant. So trying out new products. Right now I've been doing a lot of affordable products you can just buy in your grocery store, because not all of us can, go to Target and afford a $12, $13 styling product.
That's an investment.
Especially
when you have as much hair as you do, you might get 1 or 2 uses.
Yeah, so seeing what other products I could use. Can I use a deep conditioner as a styling product? So yeah, I really am trying to think of different things. If I've had a so-called failed hairstyle, or if a product hasn't worked well for me, I may retry it. And see how it turns out the second time around.
Well, that's what you can find at Vivian's channel, and I'll make sure her channel is linked below. And I'm gonna try and do the same, try to branch out and do more styles, just because I got bored, or I was tired of doing all the styles while transitioning. So as a natural, I'm like, yeah, water and gel, that's what I'm doing. But I want to branch out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and be sure to go and find Vivian's channel. I'll leave all the info in the description box below. And until next time, guys,